Well, in the New Hampshire primary, a win isn't always a win and a loss is not always a loss. Some candidates have found themselves with a margin of victory that wasn't considered big enough, while others have famously turned second place into a win. WMUR's Josh McKelvin has more tonight about the different expectations candidates face.
For more than half of its 100-year history, the New Hampshire primary has been a watershed moment in presidential campaigns by acting to narrow the field. Some candidates move on after strong showings. Those who underperform often head home. But what is a winner in New Hampshire? David Carney of Hancock is a Republican strategist who's been involved in 6 presidential primary campaigns and says getting the most votes doesn't necessarily mean you've won.
It's totally about perception, and campaigns try to manipulate that perception, and really the audience that sets the expectations is the media, how they report races.
We in New Hampshire.
Joe Grandmaison of Rye is a former New Hampshire Democratic primary chairman whose involvement in presidential campaigns started in 1972 when he witnessed part of the expectations game firsthand.
I listened to Frank Mankiewicz as he convinced George McGovern that McGovern should go downstairs to the ballroom and accept the victory.
McGovern convinced the media that he was the effective winner of the 72 primary despite losing to Ed Muskie, who had been predicted to win in a landslide. McGovern did go on to win the Democratic nomination.
You just got to vote for me.
Bring it 20 years later, I decided that I thought that Clinton ought to do the same thing.
Whatever happens today, I'll never forget New Hampshire.
My recommendation to the campaign, I contacted them and harassed them with my suggestion that Clinton come down and claim the same thing at 5 minutes past 8, so the station would go live and he would get the lead at that point in time.
To this day, many people still remember Clinton as the winner, although Paul Tsongas beat him. And while Clinton was declaring victory, drama was playing out on the Republican side, and Carney was right there in the middle of it.
We have shown it can be done.
He remembered it as the terrible night. President George H.W. Bush lost the New Hampshire primary by winning, beating insurgent Pat Buchanan by 15%. More damaging were the exit polls, some of which showed Bush barely leading Buchanan and others showing Buchanan slightly ahead.
It would look close during the day, and the reporters started to say, "Oh, well, it's a great defeat for the president," when in actuality, on election day when the votes were counted, Bush had won.
But the damage had been done.
It was like a big story, a big upset. The national reporters were all writing their stories and what a setback this was for Bush.
It brought back memories of 1968 when an upstart U.S. Senator, Eugene McCarthy of Minnesota, essentially ended the re-election hopes for President Lyndon Baines Johnson. Amid the backdrop of the Vietnam War, McCarthy won by losing to Johnson in New Hampshire 50 to 42%.
One of the reasons I think there's a tension between campaigns and the political media, because you win, but it's not a big enough win, and therefore you lost.
Josh McKelvin, WMUR News 9.
And WMUR political reporter John DeStazo breaks down some of the expectations presidential candidates have to beat this year in a story on WMUR.com. Now, while you're there, sign up to get John's weekly column, New Hampshire Primary Source, delivered to your inbox.